Well, all right. Hello. This is going to be our first recording for our Rags or Riches podcast. My name is Asfaris. Um, 31 years old. I started investing in stocks last year. It's probably just like 1 year now, and yeah, I'm just learning.
Um, I'm Adam. I am a 23 years old, and I just started investing when I was, what, 20? I'm broke. I'm just broke.
20 years old.
I'm
Okay.
still
Okay.
broke.
Yeah. Yeah. Now. Um. What did you start investing in?
Me?
Yeah.
I started investing in crypto. I made a lot of money, and then I lost a lot of money. And then I'm just trying to ride the waves, man. I'm stocks, crypto. I'm in both. But I just want to I just want to make some money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I get you there. And Adam, is actually who got me into crypto. Um, uh, After I started investing in stocks, and so I would say I invest really conservatively and make just little bit by little bit on the way up. Crypto had a really nice jump back when. Do you remember last year when it was like 3 grand, 3 to 5, and then jumped
Oh
to
yeah,
14?
it ran all the way up to the 14.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I got in at like 6. Just with a little, like I bought $50 worth of crypto, bought it at like 6K, and then rode the waves when it went all the way up to 14. That was right after you told me about it, and then I thought it was gonna keep shooting up. It went back down to like 10ish, and then kind of bounced back a little
It's
bit.
just been staying at 10 for
Yeah,
like maybe the
yeah,
past
yeah.
year.
Yeah, and and I kept trading. Then it fell way back down to like 7, and then now it's back up, bouncing between 10 and 11. Um, but yeah, I mean that's really my experience. I've only had 1 year in the stock market. You know a lot more about crypto. Um, um, uh, you
Well, yeah,
started
I
you
mean,
started a few years ago. You started a few years ago before crypto was like, um, big to the public. You
yeah,
know?
that's sort of accurate. I mean, I started in what, fall of 17, like right before like the big hype
220.
to 20, right?
Okay.
My
Yeah.
some of my buddies, they got me interested in that. Like I've heard of like some cryptos and stuff like that, but I'm like, nah, this stuff's too hard to buy, and then I just forgot about it. And yeah, my mistake.
Yeah.
But
But so we both started. We're both pretty new, and we've both made some gains, and then experienced some losses. You know. So it's been an up and down roller coaster. We're starting this podcast really to record our
a journey, really. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
quote unquote journey, right? Because we just want to. Eventually, our goal is to make like a kind of like a split portfolio between the two of us. We just throw in $500 each, and then we just grow that to see like what we can do with that. Um,
Yeah. And so with recording our journey, we can, we have a record of what we talk about. We're also brainstorming, you and I. Two heads are better than one. And hopefully we can build a community where we can all talk about and,
make some money together.
yeah, make some money together. It's all about it's all about the green. You know what I mean? You gotta make that money. Right now, 2020. Uh, it's been what? It's been almost 7 months
Change
into
your
the.
calendar.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, both my calendars on January. Yeah, yeah. So we're 7 months into the COVID-19 pandemic. Um, we're still in it. You know.
Staying at home, just
Yeah.
living like a monk. We have nothing else to do.
Right. So first thing first, what I wanted to talk about, if you don't mind, Adam, is this list of um, IPOs to be watching uh, in 2020. Most of them probably going to go public in 2021. Um, from what I've seen, I haven't really seen a lot of companies go public. The biggest one was Beyond Meat when they went public last year. Um, I really kicked myself in the butt for not buying some straight away because I mean the stock prices, it shot up almost immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like that's kind of like the point of like IPOs and stuff like that, because the companies they want to jack up that valuation,
Right.
so like as high as they can, right, and then,
Yeah.
and then just kind of go from there.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, depending on the company, I feel like the best time to get in is when they go public. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel because like it's, I mean, because like it shoots up, right? Because they want to jack up the IPO valuation so high, but then eventually it'll have that slow bleed down and everything like that. So you're just kind of gonna be like holding it for a while.
Right. Right.
And like it's kind of the same with like crypto too, right? They always have their fancy little like ICO, and then everyone buys it and.
And then
dump everything.
Yeah. When it's high enough, everybody just dumps.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of. I feel like it's kind of like the same way, like with stock and everything like that. Actually, do you have the chart for Beyond Meat? So we can just like just real quick. We can
let's just open it up right quick.
See if that.
It's on here something. Beyond Meat. Yeah, let's take a look at this.
Just like because I could be dumb and not even realize that.
Well,
see, like that.
Right.
Right. Or well, how this is what June, July, August, June to October. So I mean, when this was their IPO, right?
Yeah. So they started at 40. So if we really zoom in here, and you know what? I'm gonna take a screenshot just really quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally wrong.
No.
I mean, well, for like 3 months, but I mean, when it bottoms back out to like what 40 or 78, right there. So like you're still making a bunch of money, right? So maybe there is something to that.
Well, we're talking about Beyond Meat specifically, right? And so now it went public at 40. And I this is why I said I was kicking myself in the butt.
So maybe this is the dip I talk about.
Right. No, it definitely does dip. We're looking at the daily, right? The daily chart. So right here, it went all the way up to double, and then dipped back. It lost. Went back down to 60, and then it kept riding up, and went all the way to 240. And so, man, yeah, I was really kicking myself in the butt then. To be honest with you, though, right here, around this June, July, that's when you told me about crypto. So I went in on crypto, but should have gone in on
Beyond Meats.
Beyond Meats. But to be honest with you, crypto shot up to 14 also during that time. Now, let me find, it did level off here. It really fell October 19.
Well, that's when all the hype probably wore off, right?
Right. And it went back down to 80, which is still twice what it went public for. It went all the way over here, and actually in March, it dipped down all the way. But in March when COVID hit, everything did.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But this is Beyond Meat, and they're doing some pretty cool things for the meat industry, and this is awesome. Now I have seen it. I can't think of any right now, but I have seen companies go public, right, and then immediately fall from the price they went public for.
Is it just because like everyone that bought pre-IPO was just selling it off? Then they just want to take their money, or
possibly. I wish I had an example. We can save that for another week. I have to look at I have to go back. As soon as they fell, to be honest, when I saw the charts like that, I was like, nope, nope, nope. But I have seen it. I have seen it.
Okay.
I just can't remember any companies at the top of my head right now. Beyond Meat just comes to mind because this is one of the stocks that just ran away from me. Got left behind.
Well, wasn't like Facebook at its IPO? Didn't it like have its IPO, but then it kind of got into a little bit of like trouble chart wise, and then it started like selling off. I don't know. I could be misremembering things, and their IPO was like way too was so long ago.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like so long ago.
That could. I don't know. I'm probably wrong on that, but
in my opinion, yeah, and this is why we hopefully reach smarter people that can tell us. But in my opinion, it's they go public because the company is worth this much, but then whatever product or whatever tech that they're selling just didn't live up to expectations, right?
Yeah.
So my list here, the list that I got, let's go down the list real quick. How do you feel about Airbnb?
If they can survive COVID, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like other than that, like how much did they take? Like a hammering, like or no? Well, I mean, no,
yeah. They're
not even public yet.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like their valuation this year
has let me double check.
Beaten out, right? So
yeah.
If
for Airbnb specifically, I almost kind of compare them to Lyft and Uber. Because it's almost the same concept, but instead of borrowing somebody's time for their car, you're borrowing their time for their
property.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so if you look at Uber, like it went public, it went up, and then this is the dip that you were talking about when it shoots up and then it kind of levels back off, and it kind of goes an upward trend. Not quite sure what happened here. Uber's had a lot of troubled spots.
I mean, but like Uber. I mean, like definitely during that period between like, wait, is this just this year?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is June 19.
Do you have like an all-time?
I believe this is all time. This is when they went public.
I mean, because like Uber, I don't know. I haven't checked their financials lately, but like, are they profitable yet? Like last time I read up on them or anything like that, which was a while ago, they weren't making money, so. Maybe that stock valuations
right
like that'll reflect in the chart.
My thing with Uber is right here in February, right before the March hit, there's a big dip. Right here is an even larger dip right here.
That's COVID, right?
Yeah, the COVID dip. My thing with Uber is that surprisingly they went from 13 all the way back up to 28 within the first month.
Well, I mean, like that's probably just because of, it's just massive sell-off. Just people just want to scoop it up cheap, and then the government just pumping money into the stock market also probably helped bring it back and stabilized it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then after the COVID dip, it went to 28, and then it's kind of leveled off. It's the peak is 38. So that's Uber. Lyft, and in my opinion, I always thought Lyft was a better company.
Wait, is this when they went public?
I believe this is when they went public.
So this is your example of it just dumps.
Yeah. So yeah.
You should probably take a screenshot of this as well.
Yeah, let's take a screenshot of this. This is a good example of. Oh, that's a bad screenshot. Can I move these? You know what? All my indicators are all in the way. Come on, load up. You know what? People get the idea.
Yeah, just look at those charts. It's not pretty.
Yeah, it's not. Their all-time chart isn't the prettiest chart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it went public, pretty high. Everybody, pretty hype about it, and Lyft compared to Uber always seemed like the better company.
Why?
Their UI.
Okay.
And I'm guessing the way. See, I'm a little biased because I worked for Uber. I was an Uber driver, right? But in my personal opinion, and this is really isn't based on anything but my own perception, is that Lyft was a better company. Uber just had more
first mover advantage.
Right? Uber just had more, and just more folks driving for Uber. And in the end, nowadays, people drive for both Lyft and Uber. So they switch back and forth between the apps, to get whatever clients, because people either use Uber or they use Lyft. Not both. They have their favorites, and then but drivers use both to get both markets, I guess, both demographics of folks.
Yeah. Okay.
Lyft's chart isn't very pretty. There was just a major sell-off. It almost looked like it right itself, but if you look at this pattern right here, it's just not pretty. And then in February, and in March, it had the same movements here, like Uber did. It fell in February, kind of right itself, and then COVID hit, fell. It righted itself back up, but not as well as Uber did. Now, I don't know about Lyft. If we're really getting into Lyft, I don't know. We should look into it. But Uber has Uber Eats.
Oh, that could probably be why.
So pandemic, everybody's staying home. They don't want to go out.
Order Uber Eats. What about DoorDash though?
I don't know about DoorDash.
I mean, okay, well, isn't that on your IPO list as well, son?
Is it? Hold on.
I think so. Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
DoorDash.
yeah,
okay.
okay.
We'll get to that in due time.
Yeah. But I feel like Uber is kind of like Airbnb. I mean, Airbnb is kind of like Uber and
Lyft, but for like renting.
But for rental. Me personally, I would prefer to use an Airbnb rather than a hotel. Every time I've traveled in the last 2 years, I've always used an Airbnb. Just because it's got this personal touch. You feel like you're staying at home.
Is it cheaper?
I say the rates are competitive.
Okay.
Like, you can go to some really nice Airbnbs that cost way more than hotels, or you can find the hotels that for like $60 to $100 a night. But the thing with Airbnbs is that it's a personal touch. It feels more clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hotels always have that kind of like hotel feeling when you jump into sheets, right? It's just like, it just feels like
hotel smell too, right?
Yeah, hotel smell. Yeah, and sometimes you can get better location than hotels, I feel. But Airbnb is definitely one I'm looking at. How about Palantir?
Palantir?
Palantir. How do you pronounce it?
Hell no, man. Dude, Palantir is evil, man.
Yeah.
Like, Peter Thiel, I think Peter Thiel's evil. He's...
Now, have they gone public yet? Hold on, give me a second.
No, but it's just like, I just don't...
I
don't like what they do.
Palantir Tech. Let's look at their.
It's just like, I'm such a fan of like Lord of the Rings and everything like that, but I'm just like, no.
Oh, that's New York Stock. What am I on? Why isn't it opening it? So they have gone public. Ooh. They went public very recently. Look, September. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, but like it doesn't matter how recently they went public. I ain't going anywhere near Palantir. Like I got my, I don't want to say morals, but like I have my reservations about what they do as a company. I just can't. Ugh.
Okay, let me screen grab this real quick. Can you? I know we're not a news channel, but do you want to elaborate on what they do as a company?
I mean, they do like a lot of like data collection and stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
Right, like
okay.
You're just I think right big data analytics and everything like that. It's just like it just
that I got
that they do for government agencies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's
like
just not.
I'm not a fan.
So I mean, they might be good at what they do. You're just not aligned with like for me. I mean, in my opinions might be old, but I would never invest in Facebook, just because I'm just not into Facebook. I just don't like what.
I mean, well, is it just because like you just like they're just like, oh, it's Facebook, it's an old company already, or like
no, it's not that it's not an old company. And the thing that I hate about it is that I'm a big fan of Instagram, right?
But Facebook owns Instagram.
Exactly, but Facebook owns Instagram, and if Instagram had its own IPO, if I'm saying that right, I would definitely invest in Instagram. I feel like it's a really good social platform. My investment in Instagram would be like me investing in Tesla. I just I like Tesla. I believe what Elon Musk is doing. But Facebook, I don't like the community on Facebook. It's just I feel like there's this feedback loop, and some people on Facebook. First of all, some people on Facebook should just really stop posting on Facebook. I really don't need to know every detail of your life. And second, like if you're of a certain
I mean, but like people can do that on Instagram though, right? Like post every little detail of their life on Instagram.
True. But okay, I have to put it out there. My bias with Instagram is that it's heavily photography based.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So whether you're posting like gorgeous landscapes, travel photography, or selfies, right? They're all photographs. So I like that about Instagram. Instagram stories, even though they stole that from Snapchat. It's just the UI is very well done. I don't the company wise and whatnot, I don't care, but I think Instagram's here to stay, kind of like Microsoft, and Apple, they're here to stay. If you open up everybody's iPhone, you'll find Instagram on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I would.
Okay, but my reservations, like, so that's your reservations about Facebook and like Instagram and that kind of stuff. My reservations about Palantir is just because like I don't like people gathering all this like data, right? I hate like big data, and they just categorize you into like numbers and just like, oh, we'll predict, like they know you better than you know yourself, man. That's just like, I'm just gonna stay away from all that.
Right. It's like Winter Soldier, right? Where, no.
I guess.
Where they have data on every person alive, and then with that data, they're able to predict what you would do. There's another movie actually that does this a lot better.
Eagle Eye or something?
Not no. Eagle Eye. Hold on. Let me think. I almost have it. It's a movie I watched very recently.
What's it about?
It's just about that. It's everybody. I think it's a Black Mirror episode actually. Is it Black Mirror episode? I'm gonna write this down. I'll bring it up again next week. Okay, but no, I agree with you. And the biggest thing right here, if you Google, how do you pronounce this again?
Palantir. Okay, Palantir? So basically, you've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
You know that orb that Denethor and like uses, and like, so a Palantir, it's like a magical like orb that you can use to see and like anything, right? And that's I'm pretty sure that's why they named the company that, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. And like and or at least like in the books, like they can see like anywhere there's another Palantir at. So like back in the days of Gondor when they had an Arnor and everything like that, they had them all over in Middle Earth and they could communicate with each other really like easily like that. But like in the movies at least, it's just like you can see what other people are like up to, right? So I'm pretty sure that's why they named their company Palantir, and it just doesn't sit right with me.
Right. No. And I agree with you that the biggest thing here is if you Google Palantir, it says data gathering and analysis, most of which it does for the government agencies.
Yep.
Which is offsetting. Yeah.
Yep.
And I got it. I wasn't thinking of a movie. I was thinking of a TV show, HBO Westworld, where there's this big orb, right? And what it does, it collects all the information, and then writes out a script basically for each human being alive. This is what
is that like season 2?
No, I think it's season 3.
Yeah, okay, yeah, bro. I stopped at season 1.
Yeah. It's a very interesting. It's very interesting. My boy Jesse is in it from Breaking Bad.
I haven't actually seen Breaking Bad. I really should. Like everyone's
no,
telling me
you
to see
really
it. Like,
should.
I just never get around to it. Like
and let me look up his name. really quick because I don't want to use Jesse. He's such a great actor. Um, what is his name? I can't believe I can't remember it right now. Aaron Paul. Boom. Aaron Paul is in season 3. Love it.
Okay.
I don't know what other people think about it, but one of my favorite seasons of Westworld. But Big Orb, it collects data, and what it does is like, this is what jobs they'll get. This is how many children they'll get. Whether they'll get married, divorced, or stay single forever. And depending on family health history, whether or not they're gonna get cancer or Alzheimer's and all this.
Man, that just gives me such a headache.
It just knows everything, and then everybody follows their script basically, and it's kind of like and obviously you have those rebels that want to fight it and want to think for themselves and whatnot. And when I read this description, that's what I think about. Just the government planning everybody's lives for them because they know people better than they do.
Themselves, yeah.
Yeah. So
Palantir?
Palantir?
Nah.
No good.
No good.
This is interesting. Number 3 on my list is Robinhood. I trade on Robinhood.
Yeah.
Right? And so if they go public, I'm probably gonna buy stocks with Robinhood. I feel like I started while they were still young. They didn't have their card. They give you a MasterCard now, so you can basically in your app you can, if you need money, you can sell a stock, and then use the card to pay for whatever.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of it. Plus, you get to invest without fees. They let you.
Didn't they have like a hack recently? Or something like that. There like some security breaches or something. Look it up. I'm like
Robinhood hack.
Yeah, because some of my buddies, they also like trade on Robinhood, and there was an article recently. Yeah, right.
Oh.
Robinhood actors reportedly gained access to almost 2,000 trading accounts. So like, I mean, I guess just make sure you just have two-factor authentication on.
Which I do.
Which you do. So I mean, like you'll be fine, but I don't know, just the fact that. Security breaches and like that.
Yeah. But dude, Capital One had a security. I mean,
everyone has a security.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody has. Yeah. I've like somebody tried to buy like $500 worth of stuff on my Capital One card. Jokes on them because I don't have $500 to spend. So it's like they tried using my card and got a decline. And then I got the
you got the notification.
I got the notification, and I was like that wasn't me.
Just freeze this.
Yeah. Capital One gave me a new card. So I mean, like, it's gonna happen. If it happens, it happens. It's just my note on that really is everybody's always trying to hack something, always trying to and. They might not be looking for you. They might be looking for, like, the Rock's stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but because your information is saved on the same server, the Rock's server,
that makes sense.
information is saved on, it just gets hacked. I'm no one special, but, I don't want to live in fear too much. And plus, two-factor authentication. My Snapchat and YouTube, Spotify all got hacked. You just...
I mean, what are they going to steal off Spotify, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's
your music.
it's they were using my account.
Oh,
they were using my account to listen to music. Yeah, and so you just get in there.
You sure it just wasn't me or something?
No, it was some Russian dude.
Oh, okay.
Because all their music was like Russian. or East European. Yeah.
Okay.
East European music, and I was like, okay, I dig this, but who the hell is using my account right now? So I kicked off all other devices and just started from scratch. But it happens. There are people that want to do it. I feel like companies like Google does a really great job of privacy. And you know, you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
It's
not like life ending or whatever.
Right. It's one of it's a part of life.
Yeah.
You know, I where was I? Right here, Snowflake. Now this is on my list. But
I've heard the name, and
right.
like I've heard some of my friends like talk about Snowflake, but what do they do?
Right. I also, it's on my list, but I also don't quite know.
Okay. I'm like it's something software related, right? So, here, just did they already have their IPO? They already have their IPO.
Yeah. They already went public. My list is a list of IPOs in 2020. So we're towards the end of 2020, so it makes sense that a lot of these.
Okay, here, just Google like Snowflake itself.
Snowflake. On Google.
I mean, just what is a cloud-based data warehousing company? What do they mean by data warehousing? Do you know?
I feel it's just a bunch of servers. That's what comes to mind.
Okay. Here, can you just click on the Wikipedia or their website or whatever?
Yeah.
Data warehouse as a service. Allows corporates to store and analyze using cloud-based software. These just a string of words that just go over my head.
Yeah. I mean, Google. This everything is going in the cloud.
I mean, because like there's like some crypto stuff, I think, that like you can like rent out your data or something like that.
I see. Interesting.
So yeah, I wonder if it's the same kind of concept.
Yeah. Right here where it says cloud-based data warehousing company, that makes me think of the cloud. Just it
says cloud-based.
Right? Yeah. It's just the cloud. So Apple Cloud, Google Cloud, things are stored in the cloud, but I feel like it's common sense, but I don't know if a lot of people understand that the cloud is a building of servers.
Okay.
It's just like a server farm, you know?
Okay.
So I think that's what it is. I don't know too much about that. We can skip that. DoorDash.
Yeah, get DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash.
You see that commercial where they're just like listing all these like foods that rhymes and everything? It's always on YouTube, and it's just like it's just stuck in my head all day long.
I have not, but yeah, I don't use DoorDash myself.
But like just a lot of people do, right?
Yeah,
and because COVID,
especially during the
everyone's
COVID,
staying home, getting food and everything.
Yeah,
like
and I feel like even after the pandemic, I feel like people, since they've gone into the habit of using DoorDash, and like kind of found its convenience.
They'll just
we'll
I mean that, and like everyone in our generation, no one cooks, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
So
that's
like
true.
We're always just eating out.
Everybody's working like 2-3 jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, during the pandemic, everybody started making bread. So
yeah, I know, but that's like a passing fad thing, right?
Right,
like who's really like making bread? Like like
from
7 months later, right? Like,
yeah. So DoorDash, definitely get. Asana is next on my list.
What is Asana?
Let's look this up real quick.
To help teams organize, track, and manage their work. Is it kind of like a chat as well? If you also want to look into another chat, I think Slack had their IPO.
I got.
Dude,
I use Slack.
I love Slack, man.
Yeah, Slack is very useful. Yeah. Let's see if we can pull up Slack real quick. SLACK. Slack. Yep. Work.
Slack Technologies Inc.
Yeah. Let's look at how they did.
They're doing fine.
No.
They're probably gonna sell off pretty soon though. So actually, also, for this like portfolio that we are gonna make, how often do you want to trade? Do you just want to just weekly trades on everything? So we hold it for a week, and then we just sell it at the week's end, and then take the money, and then
I say we
because Slack could be like one of those kinds of stocks, I think, where you just you just kind of trade it.
Yeah.
And then and then have
from
some fun with it.
from what I've learned, and we can go into this shortly with Plug, but from what I've learned is that every stock has their own like frequency, and I say we just follow that specific stock's frequency.
That's the goal of the game, though, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, if we could really figure that out, of course we'll make money.
To find the frequency.
But like how. That's kind of hard though to find it. I mean, because like once it's in its trading range, yeah, sure, fine. You can just ride the waves, but like that's not gonna. You don't know how long that'll last.
You're right.
So.
And I'll talk about this in a second. Let's finish off this list real quick.
No, but like, is Asana? Are they actually like? What do they do like before? Because like, what like are they like Slack or like are they like something else?
It looks like it is. Yeah, it just looks like, what am I thinking of? Go
to images maybe.
There's a whole bunch of these things, but yeah, it looks like there's calendars you can assign.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be good for folks working out of office, or in office. Really, it's just a communication tool.
Okay. Yeah. This looks like Slack's UI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's one to keep an eye on. But there are other companies like Slack, that really do really well.
Okay,
Wish
Unity software.
Oh, Unity software. We skip one. Okay, Unity software. Unity Software is an American video game software development company based in San Francisco.
What do you know? What like they've made? Like what have they made or anything?
Yeah. What games? It said games, right? Video games.
Video games.
Well,
I mean, there's their website.
Yeah. Let's see here. Unity. What have you made? Games. Okay. Interesting. Mobile games, PC games. With the phones and
Sorry, this is gonna totally take us off track for a little bit, but we gotta find AR companies to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
AR, I think next 5-10 years, like it's gonna be everywhere, and like I think if we can get on that early enough, like we'll make some good money there.
Yeah, find some AR companies. VR has been pretty big the last couple of years, but it feels like it kind of died down a little bit.
You see that? Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, we'll wait for it to, like, mature or everything like that. But at least for, like, AR and stuff like that, Nintendo, they had that little, like, Mario Kart, like, racing thing where it's, like, that live thing, and then you just make your own, like, course and everything like that. Yep. Like, it's super nifty. It's really cool.
The new iPhone 12 Pro Max that's coming out, they already announced it, but the Pro Max is November 6th. That you can start pre-ordering, but the Pro Max has the LiDAR sensor for like spatial
awareness.
Spatial awareness.
Okay.
Which makes AR very
interact. Like it'll like conform to like its environment.
Yes. It makes AR more accurate.
Okay.
But I agree with you. We need to start looking for AR companies. VR is the hump that they're getting through right now is hardware stuff. Like,
what's wrong with the hardware?
Not what's wrong, but the availability and the I guess how common the thing is.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, PlayStation has their VR headset. Samsung had their VR headset, and a lot of folks are they're really fun games, but
it's just a limited market.
Yeah, it's a limited market because of the just the hardware you have to get on top of the console that you already have to get. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And plus, like how many folks are building?
Okay.
How many game companies are building for VR stuff? But I agree. I mean, this looks like a cool company.
So like, do they just make the engine or with any game engine, or like I don't think because I think they just made the engine maybe Unity for games. It sounds like I'm pretty sure I've heard the name Unity engine.
Yeah, it sounds so familiar, but unfortunately the adult life hasn't given me many chances to play games anymore.
Yeah.
Really, the really the only things that I pull up is like Fortnite.
Yeah, no,
on
I
my
mean,
phone.
honestly, it's like kind of same here, but like I have
play
my own issues with the AAA gaming industry. Like I'll rant about that some other time. But
Yeah,
like...
actually, okay, let's finish this list because I do want to talk about GameStop.
Okay.
Wish.
Wish.
How do you feel about Wish?
What is Wish?
Wish is that it's kind of like it's like a Alibaba wannabe, basically.
Are they Chinese as well, or
I feel like they are.
or just Google Google Wish too?
Wish is they sell pretty much knockoff stuff. Like I will never buy anything from Wish unless I need something super super cheap. So all this stuff, they sell them pretty cheap.
Okay.
But I wouldn't trust anything.
Okay, but then so like why? Then what would give it value as opposed to like Alibaba or like Amazon? You know, you kind of know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Like,
so Amazon
like what's their catch or what's their
it's just cheap. It's like you can buy you can buy something for like $1, but it will break on you.
I mean,
how is Wish so cheap?
Why is Wish so cheap?
Most delivery times range. They are
so
cheap.
So they just ship them straight from the factory.
Yeah, but a lot. Okay, so
doesn't Amazon do that? Well, I mean, like Amazon has their warehouses and everything, but
Amazon has a partnership with the companies that they work with, also with small businesses. They just have a huge infrastructure, but the stuff you buy on Amazon, maybe back in the day it was a little iffy, but nowadays you can bet that you're getting like the actual.
Didn't Amazon just used to only sell books? Like way back in the day, like the 90s.
Possibly. I
was just
don't
like, how
remember.
they go from a bookstore to selling everything?
They have their audiobooks now. They have their whole Amazon thing. But I shop on Amazon a lot. They have fast shipping. Alibaba sells Alibaba stock is really high right now.
Why?
Because they're catching up with, it's kind of like an Amazon, but if you want something and you don't care if it's a knockoff or not, you shop for Alibaba because the prices are cheap.
All right, so then, but how would that give it a different value proposition than like Wish would? You know, because like Wish is like, you know, anything you can't buy on Amazon, but like you just want cheap there. So like Wish versus like Alibaba. So like why Wish and not Alibaba? Or like, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying, and me personally, I would say, if you want something really cheap, go to Alibaba, but don't go to either Alibaba or Wish.
It's just like American versus Chinese or something, maybe.
No. They're both overseas companies.
It's an American company right there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Wish is right there. Wikipedia. Wish is an American online e-commerce platform that facilitates transactions between sellers and buyers. So I think Wish
between sellers and buyers, but the problem is I believe, or it just seems like a lot of the sellers are overseas sellers.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I saw Wish is good for was for YouTube content. You see all this. You can go on YouTube and you can it's just a bunch of people buying random stuff from Wish and reviewing it to see if it's worth it. And every review is
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I understand that Wish itself, the company itself, is to connect buyers and sellers. You know, they don't. It doesn't sound like they make any of their product.
Yeah.
Right, but it's the same with Alibaba. It's the same with all these folks. Alibaba, Amazon, Shopify. They create a platform to where if you're selling something, you can reach somebody who is trying to buy it.
Okay.
Right. The thing with Wish though is that it's just cheap. It's just very cheap.
It's just cheap.
I
mean,
products.
I mean, because like that's. I mean, if we ever want to, you know, roll out my stock valuation model and everything like that, then like this definitely wouldn't be like kind of like something you just kind of stick your money in. Just off the top of my head, like we could maybe just trade this like once every 2 weeks or something if you really want to, you know.
No. I won't. Wish unless they change what they sell, unless they curate their sellers a little bit better, I wouldn't invest in Wish.
Okay, so then this is just a no then.
Yeah. I think we're almost done with the list.
Yeah, there's like 2 more. Yeah.
Yeah. Good RX.
Good RX.
Prescription healthcare.
I mean, if you also want to do like another like drug company or healthcare, not healthcare company, but like health related. Oh no, actually, it's not even health related. I don't know why, but when you say like drugs, I just think of like chemicals, and chemicals just got me thinking about Chemours, CC. So I'm just like that's always.
I do have a couple of favorite pharmaceutical companies on my list. We can go through that another time on list of like pharmaceutical companies, but we're I feel like we're organic organisms. Organic organisms. We're living, breathing things, right? We are born and then we die, right? The world will always need healthcare, right?
Yes.
They'll always need their firemen, their EMTs, their nurses and doctors to take care of when we get hurt. And all those professions use pharmaceuticals. So I feel like if you find a good pharmaceutical company that is doing good things, I feel like we can make money off of that. I feel like that's pretty much a given.
You ever want to look into like biotech and stuff like that? Because like
I think
those
yeah.
are also like just like long shots, but like if you can call the right one, you can make some,
right. Yeah. No.
some good money off of it.
I believe so because there's a array of illnesses that can take your limbs away. But we're not also talking about that. We're talking about like hearing aids for the hearing impaired.
Yeah.
And then also, I should have saved this article, but they made some kind of circuitry that gave blind people sight. Not like true sight, but like,
I think I've heard about it. It's like kind of like a pixelated kind of vision or something like that. And it's black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah,
but it gives them, really for sight, you just need to be able to see shapes and depth, like distance. You know what I mean?
Actually,
and so
now that I think about it, like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's all about just shape and distance. I mean, and if you're colorblind, if you can see shapes and distance, you can at least.
Well, I mean, like colorblindness though, that's not. If you're colorblind, it's not black and white. Like that's a specific type. But like for colorblindness, like it's just blues and greens and like reds and other kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just the rods and codes in the back of your eyes. It's missing some of the colors, and I feel like that's easier to fix because now they have those sunglass lenses with special coatings that can bend the light to where it hits more like certain rods and cones in the back of your eye, and can
help you see basically.
Help you to see those the light waves, light frequencies. What do you call them?
Just light.
Yeah, light.
We're not scientists, man.
They're different lights. Yeah. Last one on the list is Bumble.
The dating app?
Dating app, yeah. Now I believe if you're truly looking for like if you're truly looking for a life partner, there's better dating apps.
Yeah, I mean, I really just I don't know. It's just like I don't know why. It's just like I really don't care much for. I mean, because like. How do they make money? I guess no, but it's probably like either a subscription or
there's a subscription or something like that.
They send you ads or something like that. But it's just like
but
because like those kind of things, apps and stuff, they're a dime a dozen. Yeah, honestly.
I feel like Bumble does better things than Tinder does, right? But at its core, you're presented with a photo, you swipe left or you swipe right. So I feel a dating app that is based on photos, like superficial photos, is
shallow.
It's shallow, and it's really hard to be. It's really hard to be accurate. You know what I mean? Like people are meeting each other because they find each other attractive, which is fine. Love at first sight. It's been there forever. But other dating services that focuses on the person's goals, personalities, likes, dislikes, I feel like those have a better hit ratio. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I just really don't care much for the concept personally.
Yeah, yeah. I'm neither here or there. It's kind of like that's cool. If I would really kind of like to see if it might blow up as big as kind of like Beyond Meat, but to be completely frank with you, I feel like Bumble is one of those stocks that might just go sideways forever.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's just like
So, yeah.
because I don't think it can get like how can a dating app like that get any bigger? You know what I mean? Unless it moves to a more in depth platform to where now you're meeting with somebody and somebody personally is matching you with like. Well,
yeah,
he
but
likes
then
hiking
like
and she likes hiking.
in-person matchmatchmakers are a thing though, right? So it's like
Exactly.
we're just going back in time,
yeah,
right?
So we're going back in time. Yeah, but I mean, like we're all humans, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like we haven't figured each other out for thousands of years.
We never have.
Yeah, so it's it's Bumble is one of those in the middle.
Okay. Just
really,
to have on the list, just to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, really from this list.
So from this list, I think we can just strike Bumble, Palantir, and Asana maybe. I think so. So of these 10, we'll strike we could strike those 3 if you want to make that our portfolio.
Yeah. I mean, these are just the IPOs going public.
Oh yeah.
I feel like just to an Palantir. Yeah, my biggest things right now from this list to watch out for is Airbnb, Robinhood,
definitely,
and DoorDash.
Oh yeah, take out Wish too.
Yeah, Wish is So Robinhood, Airbnb, and DoorDash from the IPOs going public.
Okay.
Now, moving really quick. I know we're at 52 already.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you want to go just a little bit longer, or do you want to cut it here?
We can go a little longer.
Yeah. Okay. So going back, are you cool with me starting to talk about Plug? I know one. Of
Yeah. No. I mean, we got articles about Plug that we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Plug.
So we did meet last week. We didn't record anything, but we kind of just met about like just
bounce ideas.
Yeah, and you and I, we haven't seen each other in a while, so it was mostly like catching up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But last week I talked about how I thought I saw technical analysis, right? I thought I saw Twin Peaks, basically.
You mean a double top?
Twin
Peaks is like
it's
Hooters.
It's a restaurant. My bad. Yes, a double top. Yeah. I'm still new. I really don't know the terms of these
technical analysis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do see them here and there. And this is what made me really worried.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah, hold on. Good point.
Yeah.
We just need that much. Okay. This is what made me really worried. Right here, even though it was going up right here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'm seeing a double top. And didn't buy into it, even though it had a really large run and I really wanted to get into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that's. I feel like that tends to be a rule. Don't buy something that's already gone up a lot, right?
Yes. What is it?
Yeah.
Warren Buffett said.
I mean, no, because like I have learned that the hard way so many times.
Right,
it's
trying
just
to
like,
catch it.
No,
Yeah.
or I was just like, oh man, it's going out. FOMO, fear of missing out, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm working on it, but it's
Yeah.
just like back in the day, like I was just like, I gotta buy. And then I lose like all my money. I'm like,
Right, because it's got.
And then I feel like I'm so
it's
stupid.
got a
right?
correction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like when you want to buy something, just
buy the dip.
No, or buy the dip, but just like when you just want to buy or sell something, like and you're really feeling that emotions, just wait a day.
Yeah.
And it'll probably like go in your favor whichever way you want to go.
Right.
So
That's a good point. What you just mentioned, because I agree with you. After a year of trading, my biggest takeaway, I would say, is never do anything emotionally. You know what I mean? Like if you wake up in the morning and you're down, $500,
Yeah.
right? Because the market took a huge dip. Don't just start selling everything because you don't want
You don't.
lose
So
more.
like, you want to quote unquote mitigate your losses, but that
Yeah,
just
but
ruins you.
yeah.
Right?
But more times than not, in my experience, from my year, when it fell in the morning, it usually recoups throughout the day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you are selling, don't sell when it's falling straight down. Wait a second and let the stock come back up and then sell it. Right?
Yeah. Man.
And if it's going up, and it's getting away from you, then it just got away from you. You know?
There's always gonna be more opportunities, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like this just make me think like back in 2017 or something when I was just starting out in crypto and stuff like that. When I was in college still, I had my laptop with me in class, and it was like a 3-hour long class, and I bought something, and I was just like, wow, this thing already went up a bunch, right? Like it was some random crypto that shot up to like $1 or something like that. Let's buy a bunch, and then like just over the course of like 3 hours, I just lost like 90% of it. I'm like, wow.
Because it went up and then shot right back down.
Yeah, no, because I literally bought the top, right? Like just when I was
bought
just
the top.
like I bought the tippy top.
Yeah.
And I bought it and then just straight down, and I just spent like I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. Yeah. It's just like it's.
I've done that with stocks.
Yeah, also. I know, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then just like you just feel bad about yourself,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But
you think you learned the first time, but you really
you
don't.
never you
Yeah.
don't, and like even like there's some other stuff that I was buying this week, and it was going up, and I was about to FOMO into it, but I'm like, nah, man, I gotta wait, and then I waited a day, and then it came back down, and I was like, it's a good thing I did.
And then buy it back on its way down. Now, so this double top, I thought that was gonna fall. And
it kind of did.
Yeah, it did a little bit. And if you look at the high right here, it went from 18.93 to 16.20, and
that's like 10%.
Yeah, that's a pretty big dip. Now personally, I was out on it. I was watching it. I was looking for some kind of indicator that will go back up, but all week it kind of went down. There is, I pulled up some articles here that kind of like, why did it fall? Why did plug fall?
Okay, well, first before you say plug, I mean, do you want to explain what plug is, just for anyone who's watching it who doesn't know what?
Sure. Is? Yeah, that's a good idea. Plug Power Incorporated. What does Plug Power Incorporated is? They're an American company engaged in the design and manufacturing of hydrogen fuel cell. That's what I'm really interested in. Hydrogen fuel cell systems that replace conventional batteries and equipment in vehicles powered by electricity. So they make, Tesla makes the cars, right? But for anybody who needs batteries for their cars,
Plug makes them.
Yeah, Plugs makes them. So hydrogen fuel cell, I feel like the future is going electric.
Clean energy, all that jazz.
Yeah, clean energy. So you have the folks creating the finished product, right? Like if we're talking about the automotive industry, you have Tesla making electric cars, but Tesla needs parts, and Plug
supply
Power.
Those parts.
Yeah, Plug Power makes the hydrogen fuel cell systems. For the batteries.
Okay.
Right, and so that's what I'm really interested in.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's the same thing. I don't want to get sidetracked, but it's the same thing with Workhorse.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like trading wise though, like Workhorse, it's just a lot of like froth right now, and Workhorse, for at least for me, a lot of that value right now is just dependent on whether they get that government contract with the post office, right? And so like if they do, like great, but if they don't, like the Workhorse is just gonna drop right back down to like $10, $15, right?
Yeah. Workhorse. Now Plug Power is they manage hydrogen fuel cell systems. Workhorse
they retrofit.
They manufacture electrically powered delivery and utility vehicles.
Okay.
So it's like retrofit. It's like taking a vehicle powered by gas and turning it into
An electric.
Yeah, an electric
car.
which I think is awesome. They're obviously not as big as Tesla, but Workhorse is pretty hyped right now because.
Do you have any idea when the post office will announce that contract though?
I have no idea.
Okay, because like I think I was talking to my dad about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the specifics of the conversation, but like, it should. Yeah, like he, at least he thinks they should release it sometime within the next like 2 months or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's just me speculating. I have nothing to back that up with.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster with Workhorse though.
It has.
Like you were on a ride if you traded Workhorse in the last few months. It's been a ride. But Workhorse is one to keep an eye on. Right here, it did its dip, and I'm also looking for it to pick back up before I jump back into it.
The plug we're talking.
Well, yeah, we're talking about plug. We're talking about plug. It's got its dip. Friday though, I did buy. You know, I sold all my shares the week before, but Friday I bought some shares. Just let you know, because I also believe that Monday there's gonna be a spike.
Why?
Just because I'm trading. You see these right here, so double top, right, and it spiked back up to the top before it fell back down.
Is this is Monday?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So this is the Monday, and then is this right? Yeah, Tuesday, it fell, kind of did a side thing. What is it? Thursday, it fell again. Friday, it tried to go up. Day in the morning. This is my plan. I feel like it's going to spike up.
And then just drop again.
And then just drop again. My plan is on the spike up.
To sell it?
To sell. And then when it drops down to buy. It's not a lot of money, but it's like, it could be like $50.
Okay.
$50 is a little something.
That's a video game.
Yeah, it's a video game. It's a nice dinner out for two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not really nice. A decent dinner for two. You know, but you know it's $50. And with $50, you know I can buy something else. But that's plug. You want to go into what you want to talk about? Plug. I just wanted to just mention that it had a double top, fell. None of my articles here say why it fell.
I mean, it's probably just trading, and all the excitement just kind of wears off.
Yeah.
And then
well, if you look at the 4-hour chart here, right? If you really zoom out, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick.
Oh yikes! This chart scares me.
Yeah. So this bit right here.
What time frame is that?
This is from June to now.
To now?
Yeah.
It might honestly just head back to like. I mean.
Yeah.
Unless they got like some. Do you know if they're like announcing anything new or if they got anything in the pipeline that will make it keep going up? Because if not, over the next month this will probably just kind of bleed back down to like.
Yep.
14 or 12 even.
Yeah, I think right here, 12, right here.
Yeah.
I think this is a good spot for it. See, this is where I would like to see what one stock should be. You know what I mean?
Well, again, like if we ever like we do have my discounted cash flow valuation model that we could show.
Yeah.
And we could plug numbers in, but I mean, how old is Plug as a company? Because and how
they've been a while.
Okay, and do you also know like how like
and
how their cash flows are, or like how steady their cash flows are? Because like if it's like all over the place, my model won't work on it. But I mean, like obviously in this past year they probably have a bunch of growth, right? So
yes.
It's that outlier.
Yeah. If you look at their all time, it's bad. If you look at their all time, it's bad.
What did they start out as? What did they?
They started back in '99.
Okay, and right? What was their peak valuation?
Their peak was up here at 1563. Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
And
1563.
it's just flatline.
Yeah, and then this.
Bro,
like,
this looks like a crypto chart. Like...
yeah, no, it does. Right here is just like, whew. Yeah, if you look at their all-time plug, it does not look good. But back in '99, right?
Well, all that like electric technology and everything like that was just in its infancy, right?
Yep.
So maybe they might have be onto something.
Yeah. Now, I mean, like, I would like to think there is a mid here. You know, there's like a midpoint, and even though it kind of flatline. I hope at some point
just go
it'll kind of hopefully go midpoint, because there was a reason. There's some reason why it went up to 1558, right?
I mean, like, probably like, I don't know, .com bubble, all new technologies and everything like that. Just a bunch of pure hype, and then they realized, oh, we don't have the technology yet for right now, and then it just kind of
My hope is that it at least gains 25% of this, and that'd be like around the $500 range.
Yeah, like you're gonna like 10 times your money. Like...
yeah. and so I mean, and you look at Tesla, right? Tesla's been pretty steady, but it started out at like, what was it, like $2-3?
Yeah.
It started up and went up steady. Tesla is gonna need batteries. Who makes batteries?
Plug.
Plug does.
I mean, like, do they have a contract with Plug right now?
I'll have to look into that.
I mean, we can just look into that right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's just like...
it is. We are at an hour 6, so let's try to. We'll hit an hour 30.
Okay.
And then we'll cut it off there. Save everything else from, for.
Yeah, I mean, because like if we also have time, like we can pull up my valuation model. We can just try plugging some numbers in, right? And then anyone watching this, if they have stocks and everything like that, they can talk about and just, I don't know, put in the comments or something. We'll check it out the next week.
Yeah, this is an interesting article here. Want to buy Tesla for $13? Just dive into Plug Power stock.
I mean, it's basically just probably saying like what we've been talking about. But here, like, Google this. Like, does Plug have a contract with Tesla? Yeah, and then this one, right? Plug Power is the next Tesla. It's just like, so.
Yeah.
Plug Power contract Tesla or something like that, maybe.
Does Plug Power work with Tesla? In fact, March suggested that Plug Power was the Tesla of the hydrogen industry.
Well, but the headline says that it isn't the next Tesla.
Yeah. What companies use the Plug Power?
BMW?
BMW, okay. Let's look at this list right here.
So, I mean, at least the concept of them working with, like, a car company is already there.
Yeah, BMW is doing some things with, BMW, Amazon, Home Depot.
Okay, but what does Amazon and Home Depot need, like, hydrogen fuel cells for? Home Depot maybe, like, a hydrogen fuels a lawnmower, right?
Yeah, no. This is not products they sell. Like, if I'm not wrong, Plug Power doesn't sell to the public market, so they're not going to sell.
No. But what I'm asking is like, what are they doing with like Amazon and Home Depot?
Yeah.
Right?
So Amazon will need warehouses, right? And warehouses uses electricity. So the same thing with Home Depot and Walmart. Okay. So HEB, here in Texas, HEB is completely solar powered.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, HEB. If you look at any HEB Central Market, they all have solar panels on their roofs. Wow. The thing, when you go solar power, right? You have the solar panels that collect the energy, and then you need a storage place.
Oh, to store the energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to store the energy, and so what this is, Walmart, Amazon, and Home Depot. This is not anything that they sell, but this is probably for their warehouses.
Okay.
And stores. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And so BMW is one I'm really interested in. We would look into what batteries Tesla is making, or if they would outsource that. Mm-hmm. I believe right now they're making their own batteries. I might be just BSing that. But hydrogen market, right? The hydrogen fuel cells. Any company that makes hydrogen fuel cells are on my radar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone besides like Plug that you're kind of having your eye on?
F-Cell?
F-Cell.
Yeah. So it's a fuel cell power company. Let's see.
You also ever look into like any like lithium companies as well?
Lithium companies?
Yeah. Or just basic like companies that like like extract resources and stuff like that, like lithium mining companies or
Yeah,
anything like that.
we can look into
check
that.
into that.
Yeah, we can look into that. Did you want to go into your articles right here?
Nah, I mean like it's about
Yeah,
Plug.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've been talking about it.
Talking about Plug.
Yeah. Let's.
Oh, this was another like IPO going public. Helion. It's just like another electric vehicle kind of one.
Mm-hmm. No, Nikola is was a bust, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is this the company that was a bust?
Was it a scam?
I believe it was because like none of their things actually worked, right?
They have a $2 billion GM deal. Dang.
Yeah, but I don't think that actually whatever technology that they were putting out there didn't actually
didn't work.
Yeah, it was just in the concept phase.
Yeah. Also, it's named Nikola. Like, stop riding off the coattails of Tesla, man. Like,
yeah.
Differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
Like.
Work. Yeah.
Poor man's Tesla, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Workhorse is a cool name because they're building vehicles. Plug Power I like because they're building batteries when you plug your So I mean Nikola and then you have Tesla. Like, are you trying to compete? Are you trying to it's just based on the name. But from what I know, none of their the tech that they were promising actually
worked.
Yeah, actually worked. So Nikola.
But I think like Helion. It's do they also electric powertrains? They also are trying out. Helion's also trying their hand for like electric trucks as well, right? So
yeah.
Class 8 tractor trailer electrification. Yeah, so I think maybe like Helion's big shtick is like they're trying to electrify trucks.
Yeah, like semi. You're talking about semi.
Like semi trucks, and then maybe that's where they focus on, and like that's all for like logistics and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think that would be a really big thing. The cool thing about semi, so they would have plenty of space on their truck to put panels on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of real estate on top of a semi truck.
Like solar panels,
like solar panels.
Well, but then you can't like put something on top of that, right? Because like
no, I'm like a semi truck.
Oh well,
like you take an 18-wheeler, right? There's nothing on top of its box. Right, it's just a box. Yeah. Everything's inside of.
I mean, but like, how flat can these panels be? Just flat down, because like there are a lot of like height requirements and stuff like that.
That is true. Yeah.
Semis just driving on the roads.
Yeah, because they're already tall. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they can make them really flat and stuff like that, and just.
I mean, there are some like mil spec. There are some companies that make solar panels for the military that are completely flat. It's like this the thickness of a notebook, basically.
Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, if they do that on top of the semis, like that would be that could work.
I mean, that could work, and it's not like they're using a lot of their power from those panels, but I mean, me just daydreaming about it.
And then you combine that with like self-driving technology or something like that. So you just have these running 24/7.
Yeah. And then logistics is something we always need because. Yeah. Like food, right? It needs to go from the farm.
Point A to point B.
Yeah, point B. Yeah, everything needs to go from point A to point B. Everything is shipped. Our mail, FedEx, UPS, huge trucks. So yeah, I think. And even though Tesla has some concepts for.
The truck.
Their trucks, they haven't actually built any.
Yeah, and they're also not like semis.
Right.
So.
Right. There is one company. What's that one company? It's a European company. I can't remember what it was. Let me see here. Doing splits on trucks.
Oh, I remember this video.
Yeah, what is this?
Epic Split?
Yeah, Epic Splits. What is this? What's the
Volvo.
Volvo trucks?
Volvo.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same as like the Volvo?
Make
like
electric.
Volvo, the company.
Yeah, it's the car company, electric.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
What
other Volvo is there?
Yeah.
Ah.
Volvo makes an electric semi truck a reality
by the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Volvo, so the Van Dam Epic split between the two semi trucks, right?
Yeah.
Those are by two Volvo trucks.
Dude, how terrifying do you think that has to be? Like, just you gotta like trust those drivers.
Yeah.
That split video,
but they, I mean, they're using Van Damme's split to advertise how smooth running those trucks are, right?
No, it was a great commercial.
Yeah. It's but if Volvo puts their truck tech and then put it into make it an electric vehicle, I think that would be a really big move for Volvo, because they make really great semi also. Let's see who owns Volvo. Who owns Volvo? Geely.
Is that their their parent company or something?
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yep.
Automotive in China.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never would have guessed. When did they buy Volvo then? Do you know?
Since 2010? No. Oh, in 99.
No, well, until 90 when the company it was owned by Ford until 2010.
Oh, okay.
So, okay.
Okay.
Wow, I never would have guessed that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's just like all these parent companies, man, like
yeah, I mean, if you look at who does Toyota own? Toyota.
Yeah, they own like Lexus. They own.
Yeah.
They own a bunch of stuff.
The Toyota group. They also own a share in Subaru. What am I looking for here? Just give me a list.
Yeah, Subaru, Kino.
Lexus, Daihatsu, Subaru, Toyota, yeah.
What is Daihatsu? Is that like a motorcycle, maybe?
No, I think it's just a brand. Eastern car brand.
Okay. Interesting.
Japanese.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
automobile manufacturer. It's interesting to see who, not Audi. What's the big one? Volvo. VW.
Volkswagen. People's car.
Yeah. Volkswagen owns Audi, Skoda, Seat, Porsche, Lamborghini, Bentley, Bugatti. Yeah. Ducati. Yeah. Volvo. Not Volvo. Volkswagen. Has some. I'm gonna check these guys real quick.
If you ever want to get into like some real crazy like companies like Samsung and like Hyundai and like what is Hyundai Korean?
Wait, what is that number?
But what?
That number 1920? Is that in the?
No, that's just like 17 dot. That's like cents.
Oh, is it cents? Why is it cents for this but not for this?
Maybe that's just the way.
It's just like
but like look at the 1971 and then 0.8161, right? So this one.
Oh, right. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, anyways, if you want to go into like a crazy rabbit hole, like look how much of like things like that like Samsung owns, especially in like Korea and stuff like that. Like they own, like are like the economy. It's crazy.
Yeah. What is it called? We're getting a little bit off track here, but we should probably end it pretty soon. We're an hour 20.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
Let's look at the Alphabet company.
Do you also want to like try your hand at like a stock valuation? Just to see what something could be, or do you just want to save that for next week? Maybe?
We'll save that for next week. There's really not much time today. I think we've gone way past. One last thing I want to talk about, since we're talking about things that own things, I think this is a very interesting.
Alphabet.
Alphabet Incorporated. Like, how rich do you have to? I'm gonna close all these. I don't think we need.
I mean, when did Alphabet buy like Google and stuff like that? Restructuring.
Yeah.
Alphabet. No. Alphabet wasn't Alphabet. It was Google, and then they.
Did they? And then they split off, and then now they, because I know Google's owned by Alphabet.
I know that.
It was created through the restructuring of Google.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So Google got too big,
Yeah,
and then Google had to make it split itself off into other companies.
Yeah. There is one last thing. You know, we have 10-ish minutes left. There is one last thing I wanted to mention because this is somewhat related news. But right here, GameStop.
GME?
Yeah, GME. Now, GameStop, you know, everything's streaming now, right? So I never thought GameStop will ever come back. I never thought that...
You thought they were going to go the way of Blockbuster?
Yeah. It just seemed... Because you can download all your games nowadays,
like
right?
Steam, man. That's Steam. All I ever use.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you look at here... If you look at... I'm going to screenshot this. If you look at here... GameStop on... What is it? October 8th, 2020 went from $9 and peaked up at 14.
Well, didn't they get Reggie as their new is he the CEO of it? The guy that used to run Nintendo America?
Is it?
I think he's like the new CEO, so I'm pretty sure that's when
when it bumped?
I think so. When it got announced. What's that dude?
Oh. Oh, wow.
What?
I think the GoPro got too hot.
Oh.
I think it overheated.
Huh.
I took it out of its case so it can get more air. But this thing's hot to the touch right now.
Okay. Whoops.
Yeah. Let's see if we can if it'll let us record like another 10 minutes so we can finish. Oh, no.
Oh, you're just out of memory.
Out of battery.
Out of battery.
Yeah.
I thought you charged it.
I did. That's a new battery in there.
Okay.
But we have been recording for an hour 20. Dude, touch that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna switch this out real quick. While we're turned off. It's nothing. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's hot. Let's put this back in here. All right. Recording and clap. GoPro battery died, but we're back. But really, I don't want to spend too much more time on this. But we're just gonna go ahead
just quickly look it up. Is his name Reggie or something like that?
GameStop's new
CEO.
CEO. George
Sherman. No, but who was here? Here, just.
Oh yeah. Reggie, GameStop?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Reggie Phil.
Oh, he was appointed to the board of directors. Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, like that. Well, when did he get? Was he appointed?
When?
April.
In April, yeah, and so.
Well, but then that doesn't make sense because April was way back there. Okay, so never mind.
Yeah. No, actually, when's April? April this year, right? Okay. So what you're talking about right here, April?
Take a screen. Probably your screenshot, maybe.
April right here.
Yeah.
It did have a spike right there in April.
Yeah.
Right? And it did its own thing. But if you look at the overall graph right here,
it's going up.
Not until well, it's gone up here, went dipped.
But it really went up.
Went up in April because
then,
Reggie did it. But if you look, it didn't really. Well, I guess you can start here, on August, 2020, right? It's going this parabolic kind of trend, um, from $3 to 13.
Yeah.
You know, huge jump, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder because if it's because of this right here, new consoles coming out, right? PlayStation's coming out, and then Xbox is coming out. But did you know that Microsoft and GameStop had a partnership?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so in game, right? You can buy stuff in game, different skins, different weapons, perks, this and that, right?
Okay.
In most games, there's in-game purchases. Yeah, like Fortnite, you have V-Bucks. That's I play on my phone, so that's
yeah.
the only...
Fortnite's fighting Apple over that, but that's besides the point.
Right. Yeah, they are fighting. That's a whole thing. But here, Microsoft and GameStop has a deal, right, where Microsoft will share some of its in-game revenue with GameStop.
Okay, but in return for what?
The return is that GameStop, because of this perk, right, is that they will sell more Xbox than PlayStation.
Games like Xbox, like they'll put more Xbox games than PlayStation on like their shelves and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I think it's a pretty pro move by Microsoft. Microsoft, big company, Bill Gates. He's Bill Gates. He's Bill Gates. He doesn't need any more. He really doesn't. Microsoft doesn't need any new innovations or anything like that at this moment to be like, they're not in dire straits. You know what I mean? Like Microsoft is doing well.
Microsoft is Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft is Microsoft. It's doing well, right? But as a pro move, kind of like a marketing thing, is GameStop. I mean, you look at the stocks right here, right?
So I guess this is just more of a ploy to sell more like new Xboxes then.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you were GameStop, right, and if people buy stuff in game on a PlayStation, you don't see any of that money.
Yeah, but on Xbox.
But if you sell more Xbox, and people while playing Xbox,
you get a cut.
Yeah, you get a cut.
That's good,
right? And so if I was GameStop, I'd put Xbox in the front of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd have the first thing you walk in is an Xbox. You would train your employees to be like
to show the Xboxes.
Yeah, to show the Xboxes. PlayStation's cool. Xbox is cooler, right? And so as a company, I mean, you look at their stocks right here.
Well, that's
right?
that's probably why it went so up because everyone's like, oh, there's actually like it's making money now.
Yeah. So
right?
it's $3, right? Right here on August 3rd, right? Not 2 months ago, it was at $3. Today, the high
14.
It peaked at 15, but today it is at $13.30.
Wow.
Right, and so like I mean, that's got to be some move right there.
No, it is, and honestly, if that can translate into some more momentum for GameStop and everything like that, they just capitalize off this. Like, GameStop could go up to 20, 30 maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see depending on like how well they play their cards.
Yeah. But my biggest thing is 2020. It's pandemic. It's hard times for everybody. Apple just released their iPhone 12. Still the same price. I am in need of a serious upgrade for my phone. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to shell out the money for the 12. Because
I mean, you don't have to buy an Apple.
I don't have to buy an Apple, but sure. I use both Apple and Samsung right now.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I cannot get on Samsung. I've just been using an iPhone for too long.
Okay.
And it's for me, it's either I go back to the Nokia phone, which I'm a pro at, or I stick with iPhone.
Okay.
So it's got some pretty good upgrades. Missing some upgrades people wanted, but I don't think I can wait a whole year.
It serves your purposes.
Yeah. And so I do a lot of work on my phone, so I'm gonna have to upgrade. But it is like a $1,400 purchase. You know what I mean? And so, holidays coming up. Who knows how Black Friday is gonna go after the year we had in the pandemic?
I mean, probably just more like online shopping and online orders for that.
Right,
so that's why we should like position ourselves in the short term.
Right. But I mean, like, what are the sales of a gaming console is gonna look like.
I mean, probably around like Christmas time or everything like that. Like that's when everyone will order the new console. Well, actually, hold on. When is this going to be released?
When is Xbox?
November 10th? Yeah.
November 10th?
So like holiday season.
When is PlayStation?
We forgot an L there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
November 12th.
Okay, so yeah, like Sony.
So they are both coming out
November, but like that
on a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Yes, but like December, that's probably when like you're gonna see that huge spike in orders and everything like that. Because like everyone's getting their kids consoles for Christmas or something.
If folks can afford it, you know, unemployment is still high right now.
Yeah. Or maybe if we ever get that second stimulus check, that's what just...
Oh, yeah, dude.
People either dump it into the stock market or buy a PlayStation with it or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm dumping it into the stock market. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of needs, but what I want right now is to make money. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know. And so the iPhone is an unfortunate expense, but I have to do it so I can keep up with my work. But if I, you know... That $1,400, if it wasn't going to an iPhone, it would be going into the market. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, let's call it there. We're almost at 1:30 at this point.
We planned for making this like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
We just...
Yeah. If whoever is listening to this, if you made it to the end right here, you're a freaking trooper.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please say something. I think we're gonna start this off on YouTube. And then see where we can go as in putting it elsewhere.
As hopefully it grows bigger and we can build an audience.
Yeah. And yeah, and so let's see where it goes. Let's see where
we'll release new videos every Sunday?
Every Sunday. Every Sunday is the plan.
So like we'll be uploading consistently once a week. And then mostly it'll just be recapping kind of like what happened in the market the previous week, and then maybe hopefully making plans on what we're planning on doing for the next week.
Yeah.
And that's why Sunday is the best time for that.
Yep. But again, if you made it this far, you're a freaking hero. That was an hour more than we intended to record. We haven't figured out a sign out yet, but you know, best wishes, and
see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next Sunday. All right, bye.